Hey guys, it's Lauren, Dean of the Rocket Jump Film School, and today I'm going to show you basic light setup 101. First things first, if you're going to be handling grip equipment or lights, you're going to need protective gloves. You're going to want to use gloves, one, to just protect your hands, and two, lights can get really extremely hot. A combo stand, you store them like this, they're all packed up. The first knob you want to look at is this one right here on the middle. You're going to loosen that up. This loosens the legs. I'm going to start these out. And you want to bring this up horizontal here. You always want to have it either horizontal or like this. You don't want to come up this way. This is the least secure way to have your stand. When you're tightening your knobs, you want to make sure it's just finger tight or hand tight. So you don't want to wrench it tight because you're going to have a hard time wrenching it back. So the strength of your hand should be good. So now we're actually going to place our light. We're going to put this on a stand. This comes with a knuckle here. Again, you only want it hand tight or finger tight. So once you have your light on your stand, you're gonna want to add a sandbag for more stability. You wanna put this right on the middle here on one of the legs. And this should be fine for our purposes. The next step is to run power to your light. And when you're running cables, you wanna make sure everything is neat and out of the way. And anything that's being run to a plug needs to be against a wall, or if it does have to go through set, put a rubber mat over it or tape it down so people aren't tripping over it on set. So now that we're all plugged in, we're gonna turn on our light. We're gonna call out striking or watch your eyes, anything to tell people that a light is coming on and to not look at it. So here we go, striking. This is an LED, so it runs a little bit blue. So our DP wants us to make it more warm, tungsten colored, tungsten balanced. We're gonna put an orange gel on it and some diffusion to soften it. And another thing you're gonna have to get used to is C47s or clothespins. So these are actually going to be used to pin both of our gels to our barn doors. When talking to your key grip, gaffer, or DP, a couple things to keep in mind when you're talking about moving the light is terminology. So there are three ways this light can move. We can tilt up and down. We're gonna tilt down here. We can pan left to right, like this. Or we could stick up or stick down. So always start with your top riser. Have a hand on it and loosen. Bring this up. About there. Up here. Tighten. Again, you don't need to wrench it. Just use the strength of your hand. Tighten it as much as you can. If you do need to go higher, that's when you move on to your second riser. Put a hand on this riser here. Loosen here. Bring up. Hand tighten again. And you're good. If you need to bring it back down, always have one hand on the riser before you loosen anything. So I'm gonna hold the weight, loosen here, slowly bring down, tighten again, hand on the riser, loosen, bring down, tighten again. When you're ready to break down your light, call out saving before you turn it off. This lets everybody know that a light is going to turn off so they don't think the power went out or are surprised by it and people are ready. This light's an LED. It doesn't heat up a lot, but usually HMIs and tungstens and other kinds of lights like that will get very hot very quickly. So let this cool down for a little bit before you start breaking it down. When you're breaking down your light, you wanna make sure all the cables are coiled up nicely. This one actually unplugs. You wanna close your barn doors. These heat up really fast, so be very careful. Attach, there we